Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer made a surprising move. He decided to support the GOP's stopgap funding bill. This decision shocked many, as it seemed to contradict the Democratic Party's stance against the Trump administration. However, Schumer's decision was a calculated gamble, driven by his belief that a government shutdown would have disastrous consequences for the country. Schumer argued that a shutdown would only empower President Trump. It would give Trump and his allies the opportunity to push through drastic cuts to federal programs. These cuts would hurt vulnerable Americans who rely on these programs. Schumer believed that it was crucial to keep the government running, even if it meant compromising with the GOP. Schumer's decision highlights the difficult choices facing Democratic leaders. They are under pressure to oppose the Trump administration at every turn. Yet, they also must consider the practical implications of their actions. In this case, Schumer decided that the risks of a government shutdown were too great. His decision has sparked a heated debate within the Democratic Party. Some Democrats applaud Schumer for his pragmatism, while others accuse him of caving to Trump. Only time will tell whether Schumer's gamble will pay off. The specter of a government shutdown loomed large. Schumer's support for the GOP funding bill was primarily driven by the need to avoid this outcome. A shutdown, he argued, would have far-reaching consequences. Federal employees, many living paycheck to paycheck, would be furloughed. Essential services would be disrupted. The economy would suffer a blow. Schumer believed that averting this crisis was paramount. However, his decision came at a cost. The GOP funding bill, while preventing a shutdown, was far from perfect in the eyes of many Democrats. It included provisions they found objectionable. This underscored the difficult balance Schumer had to strike. He had to weigh the immediate need to keep the government running against the long-term implications of accepting a flawed bill. Schumer's gamble rested on the hope that by avoiding a shutdown, Democrats could live to fight another day. Schumer's decision to back the GOP bill did not sit well with everyone in his party. The opposition was swift and vocal. Prominent figures within the Democratic Party voiced their dissent. Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a rising star in the party, publicly criticized Schumer's move. She argued that Democrats had ceded their leverage by supporting the bill. Kirsten Gillibrand and Mark Kelly also expressed strong reservations, highlighting the deep divisions within the party. This internal rift exposed the fundamental strategic dilemma facing Democrats. Some, like Ocasio-Cortez, believed that uncompromising opposition to Trump was the only path forward. They argued that any concession, even to avoid a shutdown, would be perceived as weakness. Others, like Schumer, believed that pragmatism and picking their battles were crucial. They argued that constantly obstructing the government, even if justified, could backfire and alienate voters. The GOP funding bill, now supported by a reluctant Democratic contingent, came with its own set of consequences. It would fund the government through September 30, 2025, providing a temporary reprieve from the threat of shutdowns. However, it included cuts to various programs, a point of contention for many Democrats. One notable cut targeted the District of Columbia's budget, slashing $1 billion over 6 months. This provision drew sharp criticism from D.C. residents and officials who argued that it unfairly targeted the city. The bill also left unaddressed several key issues important to Democrats. This fueled the argument that Schumer had given up too much in the name of compromise. The internal debate within the Democratic Party over the bill's contents and its implications was far from over.